What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Attila and Zay video. In today's video we are coming at you from Moalboal, Philippines, and today we are going to be exploring more of Philippines natural beauty, and we're going to be heading to Osmeña Peak and showing you some beautiful mountain views.
Adding to what Attila said, we are not only going to be exploring the nature side of things, we're also going to show you what Moalboal looks like, what there is to do here, where we're staying, the nightlife, and all of that. Stay tuned for that towards the end of the video. We started this morning off by searching Osmeña Peak on Google Maps, and we picked the shortest route, and that ended up being 1 hour and 7 minutes. And on the route, most of the roads were really good conditions, except a couple parts it was a little bit rough and broken and a little bit muddy, so we had to be really careful driving there. And it started raining while we were riding the motorbike, so we stopped at this really nice cafe. Patmi's Cafe is what it's called, and the lady serving us was super nice. We got 2 different kinds of paninis, a peanut butter one and a cheese panini. We also got a coffee and a tea, and the total for everything came to 492 pesos, which is a really good deal to us. Now that the rain has stopped, we are looking forward to heading to the trailhead. We're gonna make our way over there right now, and we hope that the road conditions are good.
One thing that we obviously do not have control over is the weather, and we try our best to go around it by starting our days early, like we have mentioned before, because it's typhoon season and it's constantly rainy, and usually the rain starts off in the afternoon, but you can see there are clouds rolling over the hills. It is a beautiful view from here anyways, and let's hope that everything clears up a little bit like Zay was saying, and we can show you guys the beautiful hills. It looks like it's not too bad right now. While we were eating, it was a lot more cloudy, and yeah, it's starting to clear up right now. You can see the visibility is not too bad, and it looks gorgeous. And this is the cafe that we were eating at. There's also a rooftop over there where you can go on the 2nd floor and see the views from there, and it's really nice. Alright, so we have made it to Osmeña Peak trailhead right now. This is the beginning of the hike where it starts, and it should be about a 20 to 30 minute hike up. And if you guys are planning on taking your own transportation, like a motorbike for example, make sure that you type in Osmeña Peak trailhead, not just Osmeña Peak, but because if you type in Osmeña Peak, you will be taken to the back, and that's not where the trail starts. It is actually right here. So just a little tip, if you're doing your own transportation, type that in.
You also the temperature, and this way is.
We entered right here, and when you pay for parking down there, it's not mandatory. It is a donation, so you give whatever amount that you want if you do drive yourself here. And there is an entrance fee of 50 pesos per person, and you also have to have a mandatory guide, which costs 100 pesos. So in total we paid 200 pesos to get up to the peak, and we're really excited to start this hike.
When you're driving here, it is really cool if you drive yourself, because you get to drive through a lot of small, very remote, tiny villages, and it's very interesting to see all the people and their way of life. And you also get to drive through like a little bit bigger villages, kind of where everybody would go from the smaller villages to buy their like groceries and fruits and vegetables and all their essentials, and it's just really cool to see that. We actually got extremely lucky because the weather got super clear. The clouds are gone, and now we're able to have like really good clarity when we're going up here, which is going to be really awesome for you guys and for us as well.
Our guide told us that the hike should be about 15 to 20 minutes, but it is a steep hike, so prepare to break a sweat. We're about a little bit past halfway up, and we can see people on top of the peak. It's giving us hope. Let's keep going. I can't believe we made it up here.
peak, and as you guys were able to tell by that B-roll sequence, it is absolutely gorgeous up here. There's 360-degree views of Cebu, and you could see other islands in the distance. You can actually see Bohol from here. You can see Moalboal from here, where we're staying and what we're going to be showing you guys a tiny bit later on. But the views are stunning. All the peaks over here, everything, it is beautiful. And as you may be able to tell by my hair, it is also really windy. But we got incredibly lucky because it's not very cloudy right now. The guide was telling us that just a little bit before we arrived, it was so cloudy that the visibility was almost basically zero. So we're really happy that we got this lucky and we got to see all the amazing views. And we would highly recommend that you guys come here and visit this peak. If you are here in Badian or Cebu, make your way over here and check out this place because it is stunning.
You can ask your guide to slow down if they are going a little too fast up the hill. There was a couple moments where I was just like, oh my gosh, we are going so fast at such an incline that I don't know if I can make it all the way to the top. And I asked him if we could just stop for a second. He was very willing and really nice, and we appreciated that.
You can already see as we're making our way back down that the clouds are kind of rolling in over there in the distance, and the weather in the mountains, like we have said before, a lot of times when we're visiting different kinds of mountains, the mountain weather changes incredibly quickly. It could be beautiful clear skies 1 second and next second it'll be raining or like super cloudy. And right now you can tell all of the clouds right there in the distance are rolling over the hills, and it is kind of like getting cloudy once again. So like I was saying, we're just incredibly happy that we got to see this on a relatively clear day.
What's this?
Sayote!
What?
Sayote.
Is it? I don't know what that is.
It's a
I don't think.
Vegetable.
Vegetable.
When we were doing our research about this place, we read that because of the weather conditions in the mountains and the soil and everything, the conditions here are perfect to grow some very high value like crops. We've seen a lot of cabbages, like they're like stacking the cabbages on motorbikes going up and down the roads, and all kinds of different kinds of vegetables like sayotes, something that we have no idea what it is because we've never tried it. It's we'll pop a picture up right here what it looks like. If you're from North America, you might have never seen or heard about this vegetable, but there are a lot of high prized kind of like crops that are able to be grown in the mountains here, and we've actually seen all the crops on the side of the mountain as well, which is very interesting, and we loved seeing them.
That was such a beautiful view. It was so amazing to be able to experience that. I just wanted to let you guys know, if you do come and do this and you want to vlog it or film it or whatever, or if you just want to spend extra time up there, there is a time limit, 20 to 30 minutes per group. That's what our guide told us, because once you get to the top, as you guys saw, it is small and they don't want it to be overcrowded up there. Now that we have finished enjoying our time here, we are going to take a quick ride back to Moalboal to show you guys the town. We have made it back into Moalboal, and we're gonna go and walk around the main street, or one of the main streets, to show you guys the town that we are staying in.
If you're coming to the island of Cebu and you want to do canyoneering, for example, or if you want to do some of the hikes that we did today, then you're most likely gonna be staying here in Moalboal, or you're gonna be staying in Badian or in this area somewhere. And if you're staying in Moalboal, you're likely gonna have to drive an hour to an hour and a half, depending on which routes you take to get to, for example, the hike, or maybe like 40 minutes to 45 minutes to get to the canyoneering. So just know that, and we just want to show you kind of the area and show you where the hotels are kind of, and what's available in this area and what you can do basically in this area while you're here. And then obviously you are going to have to leave this area if you're doing any of those activities, which we highly suggest you do them. When you arrive from Cebu to Moalboal, this is where you're going to be dropped off. You can see this bus right here is likely coming from Cebu City, and this is where we were dropped off as well. And then from here you can take one of the trikes to your hotel, and from there you can walk around, because the town is pretty small, but there are these trikes that will take you all over if you want.
The first thing that we noticed when we came here is how cute of a town it is, and also there's a lot of trikes. And when we were talking to one of the trike drivers who drove us to our stay, he said there's no taxis around here, and we didn't believe him at first, to be honest. And then we started looking around and there's actually no taxis. There's also no Grab. We tried using Grab didn't work, but the trike drivers are really nice and they are willing to negotiate with you. We've been taking them around and they're awesome. Not only in Moalboal, but also all over the Philippines, you will notice that everyone is really nice and they are not afraid to say hi to you in the streets and wave, especially if we have the camera rolling. We find that to be really sweet. When you walk down the street right here, there is a market going on. It smells like a meat market or a fish market. We haven't explored it enough to see if there's shops inside, but we don't doubt it. There's a nice little pier right here where you can go out into the water and look out into the beautiful islands and the mountains in the background. It's a really nice, calm place, a lot more relaxing than the city vibes. We find it to be very beautiful and peaceful.
The road we're on right now is National Highway, and here you can find a lot of shops. There's a lot of pubs, cafes, bakeries, and you have a lot of restaurants as well. So you can come here to eat. As you can tell, right across the street right there, there's a couple coffee shops and a street pub, and there's also a market right back there, as well as a 7-Eleven for all your needs. Like I said, just off the National Highway, there's a little market over here. You can see they're selling all kinds of goods like any market would. You can buy some shoes over here, or basically anything you would like. So there's a whole bunch of things, as well as a bakery right over here, a bake shop. All kinds of stuff. We just walked through the market and it's actually a lot bigger than we thought, because from the outside it doesn't look that big, but once you start walking through it, you notice that there's all kinds of stuff, from dried fish to fresh foods and vegetables and fruits and everything basically. So it's a pretty big market that doesn't really show from the outside. So if you want to shop, definitely come here and check it out.
Now that we've shown you guys the main strip where the markets and stuff are, we're gonna take you to the area that we're staying in with our hotel, as well as the main strip with all the bars and restaurants. We're back in the area that we're staying. The road that we are gonna be showing you guys with all the restaurants and bars, as well as the motorbike place we rented our bike from, is called Panegsama Road. And this is where we rented our bike. It's called Mayuna's, and this had the best reviews on Google when we started looking for places to rent motorbikes, and the prices are really fair. Our bike is only costing us 350 pesos a day, and it really helps to have a bike because you can get around so much more, you can explore so much more at a lower cost than paying trikes to take you everywhere.
Like Zay had mentioned, there are a lot of bars and a lot of restaurants on this road right here. As you can see, both sides there's bars and restaurants, and this place really comes alive at nighttime. There's a lot of people, there's live music, there's DJs. Pretty much in most clubs and bars there's gonna be music, and you could see a lot of tourists and people, locals alike, just enjoying.
When you reach the end of the road right here, off to the side there is a little beach area. It's not really much of a beach that you come and lay and tan in. There's rocks everywhere and a little bit of garbage, but nothing too bad. There are a few restaurants and bars if you wanted to come and have drinks while watching the waves. It's really nice and it's really beautiful. Even though this isn't really the perfect beach to lay on because of all the rocks, there is a beach here that's a 10 to 15 minute ride away. It's called White Beach and it's sandy, and you can enjoy laying on your towel there.
Something that you may be able to do on this beach, however, is go snorkeling, because our trike driver, the first day we got here, he told us that you can come on this beach and you can see some sardines and maybe even some turtles, and you can see right up ahead there's a whole bunch of people snorkeling right there. So that might be an activity that you can do on this beach. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely not ideal for like sunbathing or putting your towel. That's why there's nobody doing that here. But you definitely see a lot of snorkelers throughout the day, and little dogs swimming as well, as you can tell. If you would like to enjoy a really nice view, then this restaurant right here has a rooftop that you can go to, and if you come at sunset you can actually see the sun setting in the distance with the mountains and the water as well. We actually came up here to the rooftop just to show you guys how it looks, because Zay is gonna have a drink and I am gonna have a little snack right here just to hold me over until dinner time. But here's the view. As you can see, you can tell over there the mountains and the water, and there's another bar right there in the distance that's yellow that has a rooftop. I can see it from here. We have not checked that one out yet, but there's definitely plenty of places to go and eat and have a drink.
There's nothing better than having a nice refreshing drink on a rooftop overlooking the beautiful water and mountains in the background. I'm gonna finish this drink and we'll see you guys back at the hotel. We made it back to our hotel, and this is the place that we're staying at. It's called RN Guest House by Oyo, and it has amazing reviews. We've had an amazing time here. We originally only booked 2 nights, but we decided to stay a little bit longer, so we booked an extra 2 nights to check the place out a little bit more. The rates are awesome. They're around 900 pesos. Maybe some other rooms are less, or some other rooms might be more, but what we're paying is 900 pesos, and this place is awesome. It's nice for a budget option. We're not gonna show you guys the room because it's kind of messy with our suitcase open right now, but just trust us. We hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. We know it was jam-packed. If you had a favorite part, please leave a comment down below. We love reading them. Please like the video. It really helps us out. And subscribe. We will see you guys in the next one.